Hi, I'm Tony with Michigan Crown Molding, and today we're going to be cutting some flex crown molding. Right in here. The size of this molding is 7 inches. As you can see, it doesn't want to fit in the crown stops too great, but I figured it out to where as long as we set it up on there, it works just fine. Here, I'll put a piece of the MDF on there for you. You see how that sits on there? It's really, technically it's not inside the fence, but these are as far as the crown stops will come out. And I gotta tell you, we've already done a bunch of miters with them and it works great. So anyway, all right, so what we've got is this flexible. You ever work with it before? It's a lot of fun, and I'm being sarcastic. I can tell you this, if you're a contractor and you ever do any of this work, make sure you charge accordingly. It is an absolute pain in the ass to work with. All right, so if you watch my other video on flex molding, I show you that how it moves. That other molding was just a band molding. It was about this big, and it picks it up and it wants to suck it into the saw, and it makes a really loud noise. It sounds horrible. Well, I'm kind of getting the feeling that when I make the cuts on this, it's going to be the same thing. As you can see, as soon as I apply pressure to it, this molding is going to start moving. It's going to grab the saw blade, and I expect it to be ugly. So what I come up with is I took these pieces of 1x and I created the angle there, and I'm going to slide this up inside here like so. Now we're still moving at the top. There's nothing I can do about that. The fence doesn't go that far. So we haven't tried this yet. Probably should have made a test cut first to see if the idea is going to work. As you can see, it's allowing me to put a lot of pressure right here. Before, without the 1x back there, if I put pressure on it, it was just going to move on me. So if you see, as you notice, it's pretty rigid right there, and I'm on my line. It's not moving off of that. So let's give it a shot, see what happens. Batteries died. Wow. Are you kidding me? Right, well, that's why they call it, you can definitely tell this wasn't staged. The batteries in the flex bolt died. We're going to cut the video right here, and give me a minute, and we're going to change the batteries. All right, we got new batteries put in the saw, and let's try to finish that cut. Oh, cool, it worked. I gotta tell you, that was the first time we ever done that. And, okay, I didn't go through this 1x completely, not all of it. But you can see that it also cut 1x at the same time. I didn't go through this piece all the way. But if you look in here, you can see that everything was cut. Now you get a really good idea. And you notice that I went really, really slow. Anytime you're working with flex, you gotta like melt your blade through the product. Because if you go any faster than what I was doing, it's gonna grab it. that's the only way I know how to put it. It's going to grab the product, and the product goes up. It jams the saw. It sounds horrible, and then it's just not good. But anyway, maybe we'll show a little bit of what this looks like on the wall. And but for now, that's how you cut that, and let's see what happens. All right, well, we've got to cut the other side, and I've got to put a seam in the wall. It's not going to be fun. Seams are always fun. So I've got the box set at 35 degrees on a compound miter, because I just know that the seam is going to be more accurate when your product's laying down. It's flat on the saw, you don't have to worry about it. You know, do you have it at the right angle? Nothing. And when I do the other side, I'll simply do it the same way, so it should match really nice. Okay, so what my son came up with is taking a piece of the crown, the actual MDF crown, and flipping it upside down, and you see how it bites in there like that? So now I'm going to be able to hold this product, because you want to be as close as you can to the edge, because I can't stress enough, this product, it just wants to move on you. So anyway, I'm going to give this a shot. Let's see what happens. That looks really, really good. It worked better than I thought it would. And, well, I guess now we're going to have to definitely show you what it looks like on the wall. So let's get these pieces up and we'll shoot the rest of the video. Okay, we've got some of the crown put up, the flex, and we used a laser to represent where the crown should be sitting. Now, you don't normally have to do that with regular crown molding, but flex is going to want to go on the wall and be all kinds of contorted. So now if you look at that spot right there, Christopher's going to fix it. He's just going to push up on it. And we go through the whole process and do the same thing. This way we're assured that the bottom of that flex is perfect. Normally you don't have to worry about it if you installed any type of crown before. You know that. This is the project that we're working on. So we've got this wall and that wall to do, and then there's another small one over here. And the rest of it's all MDF. And we've got some crown to do down there. Okay, yeah, and we've got a little bit more to do downstairs. It was a pretty intense wainscot job, as you can see. We did some custom headers over the doors. Gonna put in a custom fireplace right there. It's gonna go all the way up to the ceiling. Pretty crazy. All right, we're gonna make another cut on our crown, and I want to just give you an idea. This is the radius that is on the wall upstairs. That's where we're doing it, but this is the actual radius of the wall, so we had to figure that all out. But the point I'm trying to make is that now imagine what it's going to be like to put this on the saw, and you're asking it, okay, but I need you to be straight right now while I make this cut. And as you can see, it's not meant to be straight, so you have to form it. Okay, so you could see, I really like this idea, by the way. This is what we'll do forever. Anytime I get flexible crown. And what was that measurement again? Or the angle was 38?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna give this a shot. You guys are gonna get another look at how it cuts. And remember, always go nice and slow. I've got a ton of pressure I'm putting on this area. Double check. Alright, now we're going to cut our seam because the wall's longer than this piece. A lot of times when you order flex, they want to, you know, if you have a 20-foot lead, I'm sure they could probably make a 20-foot piece, but they're not hanging 20 feet. It's so heavy. You'd probably need 4 guys to hang 20 feet. So what they'll do is they'll either send you 2 8s or 2 10s. So what we're going to try here is we're going to try a regular seam. We're not going to use a miter. We're going to see what happens. If it doesn't look good, then we'll just come back down and cut them. Alright, let's go see how they look on the wall. Okay, this is the crown up. I'm going to put a return right there. One of our seams right there. And we're out of regular crown. We're going to pick some of that up in the morning. There's a couple more of our seams right there. And that's a wrap. I can tell you a couple things you're going to need. You are going to need a laser. This stuff will go like this if you let it. And obviously you're not going to want it to do that. And with the laser you're going to get a nice crisp straight line. It looks really, really, really good. And yeah, I got to tell you, I'll say it one more time. I highly recommend charging accordingly for this stuff. It's extremely time consuming, extremely difficult, painstaking, and it can be dangerous too. If you're not careful cutting this stuff, that's going to blow up in your face. Check out my other video on how to cut flex crown. And I have another video. It's how to install crown molding, manipulating miters. And I install like 15 miters right there in your face. Camera's right there, you can't miss it. And that's all regular finger joint prime crown molding. But got a good look at this house, and there'll be a couple more videos on this house through the next course of the next 3 weeks. So thanks for watching.